Okay, hi, greetings, welcome. All right, so got some questions about fajin practice. What are the benefits? Why does someone want to do that? Well, there's a whole series of benefits. The first benefit is that you get facial development, you get stimulated facial development. If you're doing your fajin with a high degree of emphasis on balance and touching someone's balance and opening up the matrices and running through the balance, you learn how to get unconscious control of balance, unconscious access to the matrices. You build strength through balance. When you build strength through balance, you build the strength capacity to open your own matrix and open other people's matrices. You get a high degree of changeability and moving around and playing with a person's balance. The fascia gets stimulated in a very different way to physical weightlifting or using elastics. Your spirit senses become very sensitive. Your ability to open people right up happens when you are touching people through balance and touching people's balance. You don't get that with normal weights. So fajin builds a strong elastic body for the Hermetic work. How much is enough? Well, it depends how far you want to go. 1 to 3 years of fajin training will build you a strong facial web and a well-connected facial web. Beyond 3 years, you may reach a point where you don't need more. You may need to do some yoga classes, some loosening exercises, some developing of knocking tension out here and there in your body, and getting to that loose, comfortable space in which you can move in such a way that your body's not hindering you. So for those of you who are doing fajin, or what's the benefit of it, if you do it with a lot of loosening in mind, the benefits are huge. You need the loosening for advanced magical work. If I bring fire element through, my body has to instantly radiate fire. If I change the fascia to water and working with a water element, I have to become a different person, a different body instantly. So the degree of adaptability in my fascia is important. So training the fascia, the 4 elements, the inward and outward forces, it really helps lay a foundation for magical work. Do you really need it? It'll speed things up for you. It'll make things happen faster. Your body will be more adaptable. So yes and no. People who just do everything from the mental, from the mind, because the universe is mind, and don't use their bodies too much, will have high qualitative experiences, but they won't have much power. They can't transform physical powers and make physical things happen. They can only do qualitative awareness and read and see auras and psychometrize people and so forth. But the power is not there, it's not connected into form. So depending on what your path is, fajin training is the exercises I selected for building an elastic body for Hermetic work. So there's benefits there. If you want to do one of those types of workshops, contact Dinesh. He has a love for it. He's passionate about it, and he can share it with a lot of passion. It's not a topic that I specifically teach anymore. Okay, the next aspect of fajin that you may be interested in is the nature of psychometry. When you touch someone, there's a huge exchange of information between you and them. So on that first touch, energy moves between the two of you, and the unconscious minds of each person exchange data. And that exchange of data, if you're open to it, sensitive to it, your matrix open, you can consciously pick up a percentage of that and go, that's what type of person he is, that's how they think, that's how they feel, and so forth. The way a person initiates a force. When they initiate a force, there's layers of intention before the physical body moves. And you can be in resonance with those layers of intention before the physical action. The most difficult people to work with are highly spontaneous people. People who are trained into patterns and are very good at those patterns are much more easy to predict, because their unconscious mind moves through the patterns and projects them before the movement happens. People who are very unorthodox, awkward, have an unpredictable thing to it, because they they are not fixed in their habit. So those martial artists out there who are training this, you'll get a sensitivity to what your partner's going to do. What's their intention? What's the pattern of movement? If they have fixed patterns, easier to read. If they have scattered patterns, less easy to read. Okay, so another aspect of benefit to fajin is the diversity of people that you get to train with. When you go to fajin groups, there's a dozen people there. Each one's so unique, and you touch and read, and you have to open the matrices and run the energy through the matrices into points of tension to bounce the person, and the way you stretch. And it's like you're solving a puzzle in each person of how to work with that person and affect them. And as you solve that puzzle, there's a, how would you put it, an unconscious learning in it. So that when you've solved, let's say, 10 puzzles, the 11th one's now easier. You just, the amount of time it takes, the unconscious one, oh yeah, I already know that, and it just does it. You know, by the time you've solved 100 puzzles, 101st is easier again. Your unconscious does most of the work due to familiarity of what the pieces of the puzzle. You get that through the fajin training. Another benefit to doing fajin is you are getting immunities to different types of people. Your protective chi, your sensitivity, your knowing, your intuition. You get all these protections. We protect ourselves constantly from everything in the environment, from a bacterial level to a emotional level to a psychological level. All these different levels of protection. When you're physically touching people and working with them, you're getting protective chi, protective energies, getting more insight and understanding for your own survival all the time. And there's a huge value in that. People who do a lot of like BJJ wrestling type stuff where they're really interacting and physically contacting a person a lot, their protective chi is totally different to people who spar and strike. Strikers, their protective chi is totally different to a wrestler. Because of the bacteria on the skin is constantly touching and interacting. You're pushing through, you're emotionally interacting, your physical interactions, mental interactions are much more intimate with wrestling. So any type of grappling art builds a really strong protective chi. Now, when you're doing rebounding, if the person's touching you and you're underneath, and there's a lot of contact there. It's continuous, extended contact. So your unconscious energy system's getting exposure to something, and it's creating its own immunity response to it, and you're getting stronger in an interesting way. And because you're opening matrices and putting the energy through the matrices, your protective chi learns how to protect itself much more efficiently, and basically counterattack any virus or energy or negative thing that's attacking you. So it gets more tools in the toolbox. The next thing to look at with fajin, and a benefit of fajin, is the range of learning you get in relation to developing fascia. So if, let's say, you pick up a baby and you're holding the baby, when you hold that baby, the magnetic nature of the water element, the openness of love and care and protection that you give the baby, the fascia has gentle, but it won't drop the baby. And then when you look at frequencies in Kabbalah, where you're running energies through, it's like, here I can run this energy through this fascia web development. And then when you're doing your fajin exercises, so like, there's these water element exercises where you can touch and float the person and just sort of move the person around very gently without hurting them. And there's no traumatic electric shock in the energy. It's very gentle, caring, and harmonious. But you still float the person, take complete control, and protect them, not drop them. So your understanding of what type of fascia web stretch you have in your body, and what type of energy you'll pass through it, amplifies into every aspect of your life. Every activity we do has a certain mental, emotional, physical alignment to the activity. It means the fascia is involved, the energy and heart and of you is involved, the mind's there. It's all coming together to do the activity. And then you can fine tune that through your understanding of these different qualities of elasticity in your body. and accommodate the activity of what you're doing. If you're a massage therapist, when you touch someone, you stretch your mind straight through to the problem and relax and release the problem as you massage. It's a fascia stretch from you through them with a releasing mind to release them. And the fajin makes, of course, they're putting pressure inside me. I relax through them, send the energy back and bounce them. And if you can do that, you can touch them and release them. So your healing capacity goes up. So fajin as a benefit is huge. If you're teaching, giving transmissions, your 3 transformations capacity is stronger within yourself from that. So when you connect into the class, you can raise the energy up in the class, do the 3 transformations more powerfully, because you're used to being in the vital field of the physical. You're used to being in the astral field just above that. You're used to releasing the mind through the matrices, and you can do that in the room when you teach or heal. So your capacity for that amplifies. There's a huge range of benefits to practicing fajin, and you can learn it just off the videos. You don't have to go to a workshop, but if you do, visit Dinesh. He's really good with this type of stuff. Okay, so I hope that sort of covers the question on the benefits of fajin and should you train fajin and how much is enough training. You can have a look at how much is enough. 3 years you can build a decent strong body with it. All right, thanks for your time. See you in the next video.